But hello, everybody. I know it's been a while since I actually done a recording of me playing Ascension and everything, so it's been actually over 2 years since I actually made a recording about making a build based off of Kratos from God of War, the series. So this is my version of Kratos using a one-handed melee build, using two-handed swords, basically using every sword specialization, and I believe one-hand specialization as well. Decent high crit, stamina into attack power, every kind of attack power thing you can think of. One-hand weapon specialization, reckoning to give that increased crit chance because of the sword specialization, all that other good stuff. Blood, bleeding, a bunch of bleeding, savage combat for that extra damage for the increase. You can switch it between poison or rock biter depending on your preference. I just prefer using rock biter. That's my preference. I don't really like using venom and all that other stuff, but you do you. Weapon expertise, increase the chance of hit, every stat bonusing stuff that does increasing strength, stamina into attack power, etc. Main focus is attack power, so putting as much stats into strength, putting in some into agility, and some into stamina just for that extra survivability. Other than that, it's just bludgeon everything that you can, hit as hard as you can, and hit as fast as possible. It's not really viable for PvP per se. It's more meant for PvE, even though I am wearing PvP armor because it's what I'd rather have some PvP armor in case someone decides to fight me. But then again, like I said, it's not viable for PvP, but it can hit pretty hard. So we're just going to go fight this mob real quick, make sure everything's going up.
That's still recharging. I can't cast that yet.
Alright, so we're going to go charge.
I can't do that yet.
And there we go. Oh, he actually got a blue. That's not bad. But yeah, goes up to at least 438 attack power into 224. I mean, not that bad, not great, but it's workable. Oh yeah, I need to work on my skidding on this guy, don't I? Yay! But yeah, let's actually go over the skills, abilities, everything else. So, start with anger management, so that way we can have that range constantly, because we always need rage no matter what. Arm into the teeth, increase your attack power based on the value of armor. Aspect of the beast. Oh, I actually don't have that on my toolbar. So, excuse me one moment. So, we might actually have a little bit more. Oh, I do have it on. Okay, never mind. Aspect of the beast for that extra attack power, battle shout for that extra attack power, battle stance, again, extra attack power, blessing of kings for that overall bonus, bloodlust to increase the attack speed, melee attack speed, and speed from the party, so it just helps everybody. Blood, you do have to time that just right, because you could do it in a bad situation. Bloodthirst, just, gives it a little bit more health, just for that little bit of recovery. Charge to get into that fight. Cleave for AoE. Commanding presence gives it grants the periodic damage from your rend ability to critical hit. So means that whenever you hit with rend, that little proc can actually critical. So it does a little bit more damage over time. Increases the chance to critically strike with your melee weapons by 5%. Increases your total strength by 5%, which again, that also helps with attack power. You just want to go as much attack power as you can. Deep wounds, increased critical strike rating. Does a little more damage. Deep wounds, devotion aura for that extra armor. So that way it procs off the other armor into attack power, enhanced weapon mastery, increasing physical damage and critical strike stance. You can throw in Storm Strike or Lava Lash into this build if you want, just for that extra flair. I chose not to. But you can switch that out for like exposed armor. Switch that out for it. I just chose the exposed armor because it just, if I have to go in a PvP situation, it can handle a PvP situation. So it's not a true full-on PvE build. Execute just for that final finish. Hemorrhage, that bleed effect. Hunter versus Wild, again, increases the cleave ability, so increases that, reduces the range. Actually, that's improved cleave. Why is Hunter versus Wild? Oh, okay, it wasn't Hunter, right? Increasing the attack power based off of 20% of total stamina. Also increase the damage of your chain pets. You could swap a pet in if you wanted to, but I mean, it's not really a pet-based build. It's more so meant for the attack power, again. Improved cleave, so that way cleave does more damage. Improved mortal strike, so mortal strike does more damage. Rend, improved rend, so that does more damage. Anything that has improved, these three main ones right here, they'll do more damage. Mark of the Wild for that extra armor buff and extra stats. Mental dexterity, it helps with the intellect, so you could swap out one of the other buffs for an intellect buff. I haven't tried it with. So you can go with stamina. So you have a stamina buff, intellect buff, and then attack power buff, along with the other two, bonusing buffs. That helps. I went with Scylla Command because that just does a little bit extra damage. So you could swap that out with Blessing of Intellect if you really wanted to. Mortal Strike because it does based off of weapon damage and wounds the target. And if a PvP situation, if you're going up against a person that has a heal, they won't be able to heal for very much. So if you actually, have them to where you're doing a lot of blood damage or bleed effects to them, they're not going to be able to heal as fast as they hope. One hand specialization, if I can get over. Increased physical damage deal with one-handed melee weapons equipped by 5% and parry chance. Gives you a little bit of defense, a little bit extra power, overpower. In case they, if it dodges, because some people like having a very high dodge rating and everything. This build has a very high hit rating. It has like a 2-point-something% chance to hit level 70 a mob, but I mean, it's what it is. Rampage, increased the range, melee, and critical strike chance of all party members by within 100 yards by 5%, just that extra crit. Raptor Strike, just so that way it's a little mana burn. You don't really need to have Raptor Strike. It was just something that I like to have because it increases the melee damage and everything. I'll show you over here real quick. 170, so go into charge, go into Raptor Strike, getting that little extra damage, Sinister Strike, into Bloodthirst, into Hemorrhage, or you can just go Raptor Strike, into Sinister Strike, into Hemorrhage, into Bloodthirst, because it actually restores one a little bit more HP on the bleed effect because of the Bloodthirst effect. Reckoning gives you a little bit more, crit chance on it when you get hit. Rend, obvious, will bleed. Rupture, another bleed. Savage Combat for that extra damage with auto attacks and paladin abilities, so it does a little bit more damage. That's still a command. Increased total melee damage by 2%. All physical damage caused by enemies. You have poison was increased by 4%. Like I said, you can swap out, exposed armor for an envenom or one of the poison abilities just to do that. Scylla Command, while one hand is equipped in both your hands, your Mortal Strike, Overpowered, Slam will trigger an additional attack with your offhand weapon equipped. The dagger will cancel this effect. So basically, you need to go one hand weapons solely. I mean, you could also switch Rockbiter with Wind Fury if you want to get those extra hits in. Single Manual Fury from Fury Warrior, one-handed weapon equipped in both hands, your Mortal Strike, Overpower, and Slam, which additional attack. So basically, heavy Mortal Strike hits as much as possible because it can proc twice. So if anything, Mortal Strike, Whirlwind. I know they did a lot of nerfing on Mortal Strike and Slam, so it's like they keep hitting hitting it as hard as possible, even though some of the mage builds are kind of overpowered too a little bit, but they usually never get hit, as far as I know, or as far as I've seen. I know the Pyromaniac build got hit, from as far as I know. Sinister Strike, just that, uh, starting edge weapon damage to go into range. Just a literal fucking a stamina burns into rage, so that way you can do that extra damage and everything. Strength of arms increases it. Overpower, motor strike. You could put slam on this build if you want. It's interchangeable on skills to where you can put it whatever you want. Sword specialization, increase melee hit chance by 3%, an extra chance to hit on the stack. I mean, you could swap this out with other talents if you wanted to. If you have like Wind Fury weapon, this Wind Fury weapon would probably be a higher chance than this would. Trauma, increasing the blood. Your random benefits from your melee haste. So basically, if you hit as fast as you can, it deals more damage. True Shot Aura, increase the attack power. Again, Victory Rush for that extra recovery. Increases total strength by 3%, stamina and expertise by 3, vitality for that extra strength, extra stamina, expertise, weapon expertise for that extra hit rating, and then finally Whirlwind. So that's basically my Kratos build. Like I said, it's interchangeable. It's more so warrior based in arms and in fury. But yeah, I mean, let's see. Let's go fight something. That. Me, it's just for us to have it to do all this.
That's
Make
still
sure everything's
recharging.
on. Alright, so. Got our test subject. Oh, it's actually mana that's needed. Oh yeah, that's right. That is mana. Priority stat that you want to go with, because they have it to where you actually have to choose a priority stat. You want to go with strength. You can go agility with it, but it just works better with strength. Let's see, just rest up for a little bit. Recover my mana real quick. I don't even have full 70 armor all the way yet. I still need to replace a few items, but you mainly want to go strength, agility, and stamina, those 3 priority stats. Typical, warrior base. Alright, let's go. Bloodthirst.
That ability.
And there we go. It's not too bad. I mean, I don't really have a DPS calculator on this to show DPS or anything. I could probably go to Shattrath and I need to show the actual damage. Seeing as these are just level 60 mobs, not a real fair comparison. So, the main actual DPS would be Mortal Strike. So, it's more of a Mortal Strike spam, but I mean, I know someone will say that 2-hand builds are a lot better.
That spell isn't ready yet. I need to get closer. I don't have a target.
But yeah. I mean, it doesn't really have very much recovery, which Kratos in the games, you can heal pretty fast after each encounter. Very low spirit, very low intellect. The probable best gear for it would probably be Paladin gear, in all honesty, because it has the intellect with it. It mixes Paladin with Warrior gear. Uh, so basically, judgment gear, I guess, anything like that. Um, and I mean, there's also random enchants that you can grab and everything that boosts it even up further for one-handed weapons. Um, like, I'm pretty sure there's weapon. Or not. Oh yeah, no, there's weapon ones. Deal nature damage and stuff like that. Just helps. I mean, anything that does more damage or does whatever is your preference, whatever you're doing, or anything. But I mean, the main skills, in all honesty, is just Mortal Strike.
I'm out of range. Not ready yet.
And then just DPS them down as much as possible. I mean, that's basically it. As for how to start it, I mean, it's pretty simple. Just go charge Sinister Strike and Raptor Strike, and then probably have a battle stance just to start it off with. I mean, I posted the video when it started. I didn't really show any leveling of it, which I'll probably just do on when not TBC, but Wrath of the Lich King comes out for this. Whenever that is, probably in the next 4 years. Other than that, it's actually pretty fun to do. I mean,
it's too far.
A lot of people are on the
can't do that.
Randos. Not really much on the servers that let you choose your abilities, which, I mean, I don't understand the appeal for it, but I mean, everyone has their own flavor. That's like the only thing that agitates me, because I'm so used to retail allows 1 hour battle shout, but then this one just lasts for 5 minutes, so it's like you don't really want to you don't really want to get the ones that boost the battle shout, because you get rage in like 2 seconds for that, to where you can just keep it up no matter what. I mean, there are better ones, but I mean, like the one for Paladin that does the exact same thing, but the thing is that you lose Blessing of Might. You can swap Blessing of Might for Blessing of Sinks or wherever you want to go more tanky or, you know, a little bit more recovery, but this is a little bit more DPS to it, just not with poisons. Let's do a dungeon. Let's do a dungeon. Show it how it works in a dungeon. I can't do heroic, fortunately. I mean, it handles multiple NPCs pretty well. I mean, it's not the greatest, but I mean, it works. Probably should be putting this one on, because it does a little bit more damage than the other one. And then the only other problem would be transmog, so you can actually transmog it to make it look like Kratos if you want, but actually, which one increases DPS more? 438 versus 420. So this one actually does more damage. Interesting. Alright. Huh. When did that go to 2 hours? That's interesting.
I need to get closer. I need a target.
Or you could do a combination of Rockbiter with Wind Fury, but in probably all honesty, Wind Fury would probably be a little bit better for this, just for that extra hit, but I haven't really tested that. Probably not going to be able to get into a dungeon, so let's just go. Sadly, I don't have flying. I mean, I don't really do enough gold farming to get flying. I mainly just focus on getting gear. And usually I just buy gear off the auction house. I was pretty much looking for. I think there's some giants over here I could probably fight. See if how well I do against them. I actually just bought some gear. But I know I have to replace chest piece, necklace, helm, rings, trinkets.
It's too far away.
Level 63 elite. That'll work. Let's rest up a little bit. Okay. Oh. There you is. I do not want to fight you. You will kick my butt. Ow. How about that? I actually got in a dungeon. That's a Christmas miracle. Okay then. That's always a good start. A wipe because everyone's a little too much.
It's too far away.
Oh, that guy has the one gore howl axe. they take weights. Not a bad healer. Got an AoE spam. Not bad.
You should say. Think I'm afraid of you?
Slather.
You have approximately 5 seconds to live.
I'm out of range.
Calculations.
Huh. Must have had better stats.
I need to get closer. I'm out of range.
Oh yeah, it's glitching. Yay, more glitching. But oh well.
Don't value your life.
Would be nice if I was a spellcaster. I so smart? Blah 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 blah. Wee. Come on, guys. Let's jump. I'm an ankle biter. I'm an ankle biter.
We are on a strict timetable. You will not interfere.
That's just an upgrade for me. Okay, well, I didn't get the plate. Let's see. Gives me more stamina, which is better than the level 45 ring that I got right now. Actually, it's better than this one right here. Alright, so let's see if we can get into another one. But I'm going to end the video right here, though.